Part 2. Okay, so next thing. Why do you think people are reluctant to look for help, although people are less reluctant than they used to be?
It's painful, and also their ego kind of gets in the way. They don't want it. They don't want.
They anticipate, this is non-rational, but we're there. They think that the helper will blame them. So they're embarrassed. So this is one of the places where the physical model and spiritual model differ. Let's say you go to a physical doctor and you say, I'm having ringing in my ears, like I could barely hear from my right ear. You're not going to follow that up, but it's not my fault. It could happen to any, this is what it is. But when it comes to soul sickness, saying, I'm online all the time, sometimes people are embarrassed to say that. Okay, clear? Or I keep on rationalizing everything I do and telling lies to back it up, and I don't even know what's true anymore. People are embarrassed to say it. So I want to tell you why that embarrassment is irrational. It's irrational because everybody is imperfect. This is like the most important piece of information that you could get in this shir. We accept that intellectually, but we don't accept it emotionally. Everybody is imperfect. What life is about isn't being perfect, it's about being in process. The process is where it's at. So if you're going to somebody who's good at what they're doing, you're going to a rabbi who really learns from everyone and predicts outcomes, and you say, here's where I'm stuck. You know what his inner question is? How could I move her forward? She's a good person. She's stuck. What got her stuck? How could she move forward? Not, stupid idiot. Why is she so stuck? Why can't she be like everybody else? What's wrong with her? Okay, got this? Okay, I once saw this cartoon in the New Yorker. It was very, very funny. Okay, so there were actually two psychology cartoons, one after the other. First frame. Okay, a man's on the couch. The psychologist is listening, and he's saying, my wife treats me like a stranger. We have no intimacy of relationship at all. Second frame. I feel like she doesn't even listen to me when I talk. Third frame. A woman enters the door and she says, this man keeps on claiming I'm his wife. Okay, clear? So, the reason I'm telling you this is that sometimes a person is so out of touch with themselves that they really don't know what's happening. Okay, clear? So that doesn't mean that your guide will call you stupid. They'll identify with you. They'll learn with you. Okay? Next cartoon. Okay, the guy's on the couch, and he's saying, I'm terribly depressed. So next frame, the psychologist says, yes, you feel that life is unbearable. You're in despair. Third frame. He says, I think it's never going to end. I don't see any reason to go on. Next frame. The man standing by the window, jumping. The psychologist says, ah! So what I'm saying by this is just listening isn't enough. You need guidance. But here's where the physical model and the spiritual model take two different directions. Physically, you could be helped against your will. So if somebody is unconscious, they could have drug administered to them intravenously and recover. Did any of you ever see a really dramatic recovery? Yeah?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
If you'd like to take drugs,
Yeah.
does it mean that you always, that everyone who takes drugs has soul sickness?
So what I would say is twofold. Everybody escaped sometimes. Remember, I gave you the physical model. Everybody sometimes has an earache, a toothache, whatever. Everybody escapes sometimes. Especially in contemporary society, I wouldn't call somebody who occasionally escaped through drugs, especially light drugs, necessarily has soul sickness. But somebody who escapes a lot has soul sickness, whether the escape is drugs or whether the escape is something else. And I would go as far as saying, though, anyone who takes heavy drugs because of the risk involved in taking heavy drugs, they certainly are in emotional denial. That makes sense to you? Okay, so going back to this. So physically, you could heal somebody against their will. Spiritually, the only one who could heal you is you. All of these helpers could only help you heal yourself. Okay. Now suppose you can't find a good spiritual guide. Could that happen?